Welcome to this week's Ask GMBN, where we're going to get stuck into some of your ace questions. Thanks for sending them in. And if you want to get involved with this show and next week's, you can leave questions in the comment section down below. Send them to hashtag AskGMBN on social media, or you can use our email, ask@gmbn.com. So that's how you can get involved. But Blake, are you ready for some questions?
I'm ready.
From the people who've already got involved.
I'm pretty nervous, but let's try and answer.
Don't be nervous, it's going to be fine. Right, first question is from Estian Deploy, and he says, oh, this is a common question. I'm struggling with getting my back wheel off the ground when trying bunny hops. He's riding flats. Any tips, lads? What you got, Blake? Got anything?
Yeah, well... Yeah,
well, actually, thinking about it, you should have some tips. You should have some tips because don't you hold a world record? Oh, don't say about that just yet. Exciting news coming up on the channel. Anyway, I'll tell you what I'd say about the bunny hop, which is really useful, is if you're struggling to get the back wheel up, what you could do is put a stick on the ground. And what do you think about this? You let your front wheel bump over the stick, but then as the back wheel hits, use that to help you get the feel of the back wheel coming up.
Yeah.
So you almost use that as almost like a dummy hop.
A dummy, and curl your feet on the pedals to lift up.
Curl your feet under the pedals and hook that back wheel up. Yeah. Once you get the feel of the back wheel coming off, kicking off that stick, you'll probably find that you get a lot more comfortable with it, because a lot of the time it's just getting used to the movement. So you start with getting the front wheel over the stick.
3 steps.
Yeah, then you go back wheel over the stick, and then you go front wheel, back wheel, and then you speed it up. And then you're doing like a little donkey kick.
But it's all about curling your feet on the pedals to bring up that back wheel. Use your hips as well.
Donkey kicks, that's what we used to call them when I was young.
There you go.
Donkey kicks. There was no such thing as a bunny hop when I was a baby. No. Right, next one is from Lisa Rogers. If Blake wants to learn how to use clipless pedals, because last week you said you did, how about how to use them with Matt Stevens from GCN?
There you go.
Does
he know how to use?
Actually, no, he doesn't. I see what Lisa's done there. She's made a joke and a fool of me.
I think he struggles as well. He struggles to clip in.
He's an ex-professional road racer. Can he really struggle?
Oh, I don't know, but I've heard rumours. He does.
Really?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
So let's get him to teach me.
Wow.
It's going to be a barrel of laughs.
I want to see that video.
Sure.
Maybe we could have Cy Richardson on the side. You know, there's a little side plate to make sure actually someone learns something.
Exactly, and Neil as well, throwing stuff.
Okay, good one, Lisa. You made a right nut of me there. Emerald MTB, I've been trying for months, but I can't manual for the life of him. He's saying that he basically feels like he's putting all the energy into the bike. He's leaning back, getting that backward and downward movement to get the manual happening.
That's perfect.
But when he's looked at video of himself, he's not moving that much. So is there any tips you've got to getting a manual happening, even though he feels like he's putting the effort in, but I guess it's about exaggerating the movement, isn't it?
I guess like he's gone just holding the bars, but just pushing his all the way back, but not pulling on the bars as much to get the front wheel off the ground.
It can feel like, can't it? Well, sometimes when you lean back and your arms lock out, that you've gone about as far back as you can go.
Exactly.
But at that point, you've got to start going down, and your arms have got to be flexed, because else you've got no control over that. So you've got to have that flex in your arms and don't let them lock out. And I always used to think, I used to do that thing when I was younger on my motorbike. I'd do a trick and I'd get my dad to video me and go, and I'd look at it, and I'd always be a bit disappointed. I'd be like, oh, it feels much better. So I think that's quite a common feeling. You just got to exaggerate the movement, and then it feels crazy to begin with, but then once you move on, suddenly the movement you're doing makes sense. So keep at it. But videoing yourself riding, that's a really good technique.
Just also feather that rear brake, because if you do pull hard on that and you don't feather that back brake, you're just going to loop out and wind yourself.
I was taking that as a given actually, but it's a good point.
Yeah, it's a good point.
It's a good point, remember that. Yeah, okay, JMB Productions says, I'm struggling to hold my wheelies for as long as I want to. I'm leaning off sideways and have to put the front wheel down so I don't lose my balance. Any tips on wheelies, Blake?
Wheelie, if you're moving over to the side, that can be like your strongest foot. Could be, you know, you're
taking you off,
leaning off to one side. And if you do tend to go right, maybe turn your bars left, kind of.
Yeah, one way I always think about your knees.
Yeah.
Like bring your knees out so you've got these like levers. I know these aren't my knees, but I'm gesturing. I'm gesturing like these are my knees. You know, you really use your knees to balance the bike, because if it's going one way, you can do two knees the other way, and it really distributes your weight. So almost use them a little bit like opposite rudders. and it'll work. I promise you it'll work, even though it sounds crazy.
Sounds ridiculous.
And to get me out of this hole, why don't we take a quick look at a how to wheelie video that we did previously.
The wheelie is probably the oldest trick in the book, but still one of the most fun. This is an in-depth how to wheelie and fix any problems you might be having.
So there's some pretty good tips in there on how to do a wheelie.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yes, that'll definitely help you out.
Another question?
Yes, please.
All right then. Minecraft Vlogs and More says, can we have a video of building bikes with mixed up parts? For example, downhill frame with a road bike fork.
Wow.
So
Frankenbikes.
bikes.
Frankie bikes.
Yeah.
Man,
That'd be good fun, wouldn't it? What would be your grotesque build? What would you do?
I think a dirt jump bike.
Yeah.
Downhill forks.
Oh.
The biggest ones.
Yeah.
24-inch front tyre.
Okay.
20-inch rear tyre.
Oh wow, you sort of leveled it up and then you put it back down again.
Yeah. And then 800mm bars.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have a direct mount stem. I'll have like a 50mm stem on there.
I like it. Like it. That is gross.
Drop a post to its max.
Nice.
Bicycle carrier.
I think, you know what I'd go with? I'd go with just simply putting a 20-inch wheel in the back of a downhill bike. A full downhill bike. Just a tiny rear wheel.
Like this.
Yeah, it'd just be like, whoa, my God, you wouldn't be able to see the hill. You'd be pointing at the sky. It'd be so amazing.
Good question.
Good question, we should do it.
Maybe,
we should do it. You've talked us into it.
Yeah.
Thomas Edwards says, could I get away with putting a 120mm fork in a dirt jump bike that would traditionally take an 80mm fork?
Ooh, you can, but it's going to mess up. I've done it. My brother's done it. He rode it for quite a long time.
Oh, he's crazy.
Yeah, he's crazy. But it does mess around with the geometry slightly and all that jazz. But you can do it. But if it's, dirt jump bike kind of goes from 80 to 100. 120 is 20 mils. Not gonna.
It's gonna feel a bit. It's gonna be
feel
quite
very
a high
weird,
front
but
end.
it can be done.
Yeah.
It can be done.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But is there a reason why you would?
Unless you're aggressive hardtail single speed bike for the woods, maybe.
Yeah. We're trying to invent a bit of a discipline for this bike.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. Next question is from Sniper King, and he is saying, what is a good first hardtail at a decent price? P.S. Love your vids.
No, thank you very much.
Thank you. What do you think, Blake?
Well, I think depending on what discipline you're going for, so you can start from around 400 to 500 quid upwards.
Yes,
Down below is getting a bit of a cheap bike.
Yeah, you're taking a risk at 350 below, I think.
Yeah, so it depends. If you're going XC, then like a lightweight bike that's pretty, head angle's quite steep and high and perfect for pedaling.
Yeah.
We got dirt jump bike.
Dirt jump bike, go with them. They're kind of boring.
They're super cheap. You can pick them up cheap.
Or you could go with like a more aggressive hardtail.
Yeah,
something that's a bit of fun. Doddy's just got one of them. He likes it a lot. Yeah. I think the one thing is with a hardtail is they're a really simple bike, so you can get a lot for your money because obviously the frame is quite simple, but all of the money on the bike has gone into the components, so you're going to get a great setup. So I'd say
products.
£400, $520 upwards. I think it's about right. Yeah. You're going to be getting a pretty nice bike. Anything below that, you're going to start seeing some holes in there.
Yeah, I would recommend fat bike hardtail.
Oh yeah, you love that now.
Do you like a fat bike now?
Yeah.
It's really good fun.
Yeah, they are great. And to help us out, why don't we take a quick look at Hardtails Explained?
Oh, there you go.
Which we made before. The hardtail mountain bike may be the purest of all mountain bikes. In fact, the first trekkers in Marin County were in fact hardtails. They're usually people's first experience of riding off-road, and at the budget end of the market, they're beginner friendly. Okay, it's time for a quick fire road. Stop wasting all them spuds, Blake.
All right.
Right, okay. Fuzzy says, hey guys, will you make a dirt jumper buyer's guide?
Woo! Why not?
Could do.
Could do, yes.
MTB says, how many Cliff Bars or other brands are available? Can you eat on a ride without turning into one? 7.
Ooh, 7.
Yeah, 7's right. 7. Yeah. Charlie Deacon says, I love the idea of a podcast. Would be a great addition to your video content.
That question keeps popping up.
Should we do a podcast?
I think we should try and...
Let's plan one.
Let's try one.
Good idea, Charlie. Powerful hug. Power hugful.
No. Nice.
Damn, been trying to get my question in for more than a month and nothing, yet some completely idiotic ones that are not even questions make it.
There you go, you've made one in. Was that idiotic?
Can't be more helpful than that.
No, there you go.
I can't be more helpful than that. Seth Sarub says, is GMBN your only job, or do you guys work somewhere else?
Well, I got a shift at McDonald's.
I work in Sainsbury's. Yeah. Tim Garland, did Blake get a promotion, or does the new seating arrangement mean something else? Am I overthinking this? I think you might be.
When was this? When did you get
promotion? Can you imagine, Jack? A promotion. It's the quickfire round. We don't want to hear from you. Oliver Chu says, can you do a video on how to carry your bike properly?
Yes.
Yes.
How? On your shoulders, on your back, on a backpack, on your car, on a motorbike, on a bike, on a bike? How? Where?
I think he's asking you to make the video, dude. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
This week's Correct Me If I'm Wrong is from Nick Cowerick, who's doing a small jump on a downhill track in Brazil.
Small jump on a downhill track.
He just wanted to do a small jump. You can see it doesn't quite go right. Any tips? Is he making a mistake? Is his rebound too quick on his suspension? Don't blame your tools, mate.
Blame the tools.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look what you're doing. Come on, Nick. Coming in.
Got it. It's a drop.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh,
you let the front wheel
Yeah,
roll
you just
over.
let you almost
picked
pushed.
it.
You almost pushed the front down over that, which is.
It just pushed over. Yeah.
The ramp's there to help you, okay? And you've kind of pushed the bike over that. You wanted to wrap and then get some air, then start positioning the bike into the downhill. Don't you think? Like get a little bit of ramp movement.
With the speed he's going there, you just, I guess, lean it back a little bit, let the front wheel glide over, because you look, it like kind of folds over the top. So what you want, just lean back a bit.
Yeah, I would say that's actually kind of hard to do if you wanted to do it.
You don't want to.
Because you're almost getting to the point where you're like pushing a scrub over.
Imagine he was going faster though.
Yeah, you'd have been in big trouble.
You don't want to go too fast and do that.
So you really need to commit to let that front come out of the takeoff. Else you're always going to have a bit of a shocking landing.
Yeah, lean back a bit more.
But you want to be careful on that jump because it's on a steep downhill. You could seriously sky it.
You could get buckarooed.
You could sky it. Okay, thanks for sending in your questions this week to Ask GMBN. Remember, on social media, you want to use the hashtag AskGMBN. You can use email ask@gmbn.com, just down there. And of course, the comment section down below, you can put a question there and we will go through it and maybe it will make it into next week's show. Blake, what's been a favourite video for you recently we can send these guys to?
I think it's going to be the fat bike.
Yeah?
How far can you push a fat bike?
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I'm going to throw you to, I know we're out of date on it, but Weirder Rides. It makes me laugh.
That's a good video.
I'm sending you to Weirder Rides. It's a weird one, it really is. It will trip you out, especially now we're out of Halloween. But that kind of makes me laugh. Click on the globe to subscribe, and don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like. We'll see you on next week's Ask. Goodbye.